My dad sold his company for $3 million and called all 3 of his kids to the house like he had the biggest surprise of our lives. My younger sister, Chloe, opened her envelope first. She screamed when she saw the number. $1 million. My younger brother, Mason, opened his next. Another $1 million check. They hugged Dad like he had just changed their lives. Then he handed me my envelope. I smiled and opened it slowly. Inside was a thank you card. That was it, just a card. It said, "Thank you for always being responsible and strong for this family." My brother laughed awkwardly. My sister looked uncomfortable. I looked at my dad. He cleared his throat. "You've always been the strong one, Ethan," he said. "You don't really need the money like they do." The room felt suddenly very quiet. I nodded slowly, because the truth is, I had already spent half my life taking care of them. When Mom died, I was 17. Dad buried himself in work, so I became the one who drove Chloe to school. I helped Mason with homework. I worked 2 part-time jobs to help with bills. When Mason crashed his car in college, I paid for it. When Chloe dropped out of school, I paid her rent for 6 months. Dad never asked where the money came from. He just assumed I'd handle it. And I always did. Until that night. I closed the card and put it back in the envelope. "I understand," I said quietly. Dad looked relieved. Chloe whispered, "Ethan, don't make this weird." Mason added, "Yeah man, you're doing well already." I nodded again. "You're right," I said. Then I stood up. "But from today, I'm not the family safety net anymore." Dad frowned. "What does that mean?" "It means," I said calmly, "next time someone crashes a car, loses rent money, or needs a bailout, don't call me." Mason scoffed. "You're being dramatic." I smiled a little. "No," I said, "I'm finally being honest." For the first time in years, I walked out of that house without fixing anything. 2 months later, Mason called. He needed money for gambling debts. I didn't answer. 3 months later, Chloe called. Her apartment rent was overdue. I didn't answer. 6 months later, Dad called. His health was getting worse. He asked if he could move in with me. I told him something he had never heard from me before. "No," he went silent. "You're my son," he finally said. "And you're their father," I replied. "You gave them the money. Let them take care of you." A year later, I heard Mason had already burned through most of his million. Chloe invested hers in some crypto scam and lost almost everything. Dad ended up living with Mason. It lasted 4 months before they started fighting. But my life, for the first time ever, it was peaceful. No emergency calls. No last-minute rescues. No family drama. Last Christmas, my wife gave me a small wooden frame. Inside it was that thank you card my dad gave me. Under it she engraved one sentence. "The day you stopped saving everyone else was the day you saved your